Hey guys, Landon aka DJ News Spirit here, also known as LandRyu513 and S Club LandRyu513. I can't tell you that how excited I am to you all about how excited I am about the new buffs that Ryu will be getting at the end of April for the Season 2 patch, especially with the Universal Dragon Punch for characters that essentially does a Shoryuken. Getting to the point of things, there's some positives I want to say in this video, and there's some negatives. But first of all, again, my name is Landon. I'm an aspiring DJ, voice actor, and somebody that that's just venturing in life and who's also a hardcore competitor online in Street Fighter. I haven't really been to tournaments in a while, but I would really love to get out there and try to prove that this character is still notable and at least still a strong competitor in the game itself. We know that a lot of his normals have been toned down considerably, especially with the light kick, the hit index off of the medium, and so forth, and even with the grab where you can't really get a good neutral game because of the way that they stopped it. But getting to just the things, I am again excited about the normals, the Universal Dragon Punch for all the characters that uses it, and to get it out there. Folks whined and complained about the damage potential of the Dragon Punches and invincibility, or the meterless Dragon Punches that were in the game for Season 1. Folks have no idea that the meterless Dragon Punch has been evident in almost every iteration of Street Fighter out there. And many of the newcomers who jumped into the game because of Street Fighter 4 did nothing but complain about, why is he mashing? Why is he doing this? And why are they doing that? Well, essentially, the problem is that if you don't stop bull rushing in on a character, you'll get hit with something dirty. And let's look at it in a realistic perspective. Martial arts is essentially dirty fighting. There's an honor to it, and there's a style and beautiful violence that goes behind it. But many people don't know that martial arts, in any genre or any style of martial arts, it is a dirty style of fighting. You can't keep bull rushing in on opponents and think you're not going to pay for it. That's essentially what the Dragon Punch was. The Dragon Punch essentially wasn't just a get out of jail free card, but it's, you keep popping me, I'm gonna hit you with something harder. And many people crying and whined about that. I think that has been a problem along with that, but getting to the gist of everything, there's something I want to point out about the Dragon Punch for this Season 2 patch already that's evident. Many folks don't know that the Light Dragon Punch already has invincibility frames 1 to 3 on active frames that will stop normal grabs and command throws, even EX command throws. I'll demonstrate. Bison should have grabbed. Right? And there you have the counter. The Light Dragon Punch was already there to begin with. The Medium Dragon Punch is, which I just did Shinku Hadouken. The Medium Dragon Punch already has already has anti-air invulnerability, but it's stuffed on that, and that's something that Capcom has stated that they're going to work on, because they will have the active frames of 3 to 6, and the Heavy Dragon Punch essentially will have the active frames 3 to 6 and added attack and projectile invincibility. I won't go any further details about that, but again, I'm excited about the buffs, but there is something that I really need to point out about this. Now, it's about that, you have characters such as Zangief, Cammy, Dhalsim, and other characters that have new specials or new unique attacks. Now, there's a concern. Ryu's crouching animation, or crouching heavy punch, or crouching fierce punch, in old school terms, will have a new different animation. Now, will that affect his crouching uppercut combo index, or combo ability, I mean, or will it be something that's essentially unique? That's something which would be awesome. Now, another sigh of concern here. While people moaned and complained in the masses about Ryu's Dragon Punch, we got a problem. First and foremost, Ryu does 100 damage points on a regular Dragon Punch, on a Light Dragon Punch. The Medium Dragon Punch is doing 120. Why is the Heavy Shoryuken doing only 120 points of damage? He has wind coming off a vortex, going straight up in the air, defying the law of gravity, and it's only doing 120 points of damage. In Street Fighter 4, Ryu's Dragon Punch damage did anywhere between 140 to 160. In each and every other iteration of Street Fighter, depending on the frames and speeds and everything, Ryu's Dragon Punch was formidable. But this is where I'll bring it out to the masses. The level of concern that I have about the Dragon Punch is that the damage potential, in my opinion, to be fair, needs to go anywhere between 130 to 140 points of damage. Ken, off his heavy Dragon Punch, or heavy Shoryuken, does 130 points of damage. Although Akuma has a lighter Dragon Punch because of combo potential, he even has some abilities off of his. Ryu should have a damage potential of 130 to 140 to be fair. Now, folks are going to say, well, that's already going past the damage index. Not exactly. If anybody who has played with Ryu in each iteration of Street Fighter up until this point, and especially in Street Fighter 3, Ryu essentially is a balanced tank on Satsuken fighter. I'm not going to say Shoto, because Shoto has nothing to do with this fighting style or what they do. That to get to the point, An Satsuken was based off the style of the karateka or Korean martial artist who migrated in Japan by the name of Masatsu Yama. Shotokan Karate has nothing to do or have very little resemblance to the An Satsuken style of karate, or in this case, since it's fictional, has nothing to do with that. There are implements of judo, kempo, and other styles of martial arts that are involved with the An Satsuken style, which is also known as the Assassin's Fist. But Ryu trains into the path of Muno Hado, which is something that he has already ventured, and since he got rid of the Satsui no Hado, or murderous intent, he abandoned it, and now he is now a Muno specialist, or growing into a Muno Hado specialist. Now, with that being said, Capcom owes it to Ryu, even with the buffs that are coming up, to fix his normals and give him his damage potential. And since we were on the basis of talking about the special moves, this is literally Ryu's time to shine to get the Jodan Sokotu Geri, also known as the high angle blade kick, or in this case the standing or the standing side, or the dashing standing side kick. That move was a formidable move in Street Fighter 3, many Street Fighter 3 games where it had combo potential along with heavy stun potential off the normal attacks, while the EX attack would bounce the character off the wall. That is something that needs to be implemented. Since Street Fighter 4, I will say that Capcom has really done a lot of harm to Ryu in many iterations since that series. They did a lot of things and said he was balanced. There was nothing balanced about Ryu, especially with this season. He's balanced. I'm not going to moan and complain about that. But in terms of his normals and ability to combo off of, of a incoming, well, other than the incoming attack, but a blocked attack, Ryu should have something that will quicken the hit index, as well as countering and punishing particular attacks. Ryu is a counter striker by nature. He is a balanced walking tank, and with the characters getting new upgrades in terms of not just buffs, but in special moves, they ought to give the characters essentially universally new special moves and new critical art attacks. In my opinion, that will make the game much more deeper in terms of strategy and what the character or what the player may want that to suit his style. Ryu can be used as a offensive, aggressive, or even a defensive character. And some folks don't believe that there's a defensive reward in Street Fighter V. It is a defensive reward in Street Fighter V. The thing is being patient, and many characters rush down, and you have to now choose and choose your pattern wisely, or your options wisely, in order to punish the character, punish the opponent for rushing in and doing certain other attacks. And you have to be able to see if you can pick apart an opening. But with that being said, that was just basically my concern, and Capcom owes it to this character, since he is the epitome of Street Fighter, to not only give him back his normals, but also give him some more variable instances and options. And with that being said, the Dragon Punch needs to go back to 130 to 140. It is only fair. Ryu is a walking tank by nature, and his power is immense as a karateka. So, with that being said, thank you all for tuning in. This is Landon, aka DJ New Spirit, out. Land Ryu 513, Escalade Land Ryu. Peace and blessings, and bye bye.